My name is Rosemary von Wald, and I am going to read an open form poem titled "It's Paris After All." The soft light of early morning flooded the outdoor cafe. Antoine barely had time to right the upended chairs and tables when she walked in and chose a table away from the noise, ordering coffee and pastry. She pulled down the sleeve on her right arm, hiding the reminder of the past. Antoine seated a gentleman on the opposite side, also away from the noise. The first two patrons of the day, he mused, who ordered the same breakfast. Stifling a yawn, he went about his duties, wondering where do they all come from and why. The gentleman noticed the woman opposite. It's Paris, after all. He watched her over the top of his newspaper as she wistfully smiled at him, thinking, "I know you know me and what the world has done to us. We are from a time past." He returned her look, thinking, "I understand, we belong to another era. We are alike," he sighed. She glanced at her book. He read his newspaper. He left first, turning to her with the tip of his hat, and walked away. She had more coffee and watched him leave, paper under his arm. The cafe was filling with people who wanted breakfast. All had stories to tell, but who would listen? It's Paris, after all. This one is another open form. Title is Each to Its Own. The amaryllis eagerly reach for sky as bromeliads, airy and earthbound, sigh. Each envy the other's place. Orange-red lilies lit from within on tall tubular stems that bend to the whim of the winds and lift them above all others bound in earth. Who would join them if they could, not knowing the sea of lilies last but counted days, while bromeliads rest secure in air and earth. This is another open form entitled Encounter. I find myself on the old country road of gravel and dust, a shortcut home I said I would never use again. I drive slowly, cautious, as this is the road on which I escaped a fatal collision with a deer late last year. It is dusk, getting darker. With lights on, I watch for movement in the forested shoulder of the woods, already ominous with many unfamiliar, shadowy shapes emerging, when suddenly I see a clown. A clown in full costume of red, green, yellow silky satin that stirs slightly in the breeze, wearing a tasseled silver cap and silver-pointed shoes. Face painted white with blackened eyes, cavernous mouth, and red nose. I slow for a closer look and roll the windows down as he or she waves a silly wand of feathers and smiles a silly smile. What can I do but stop and shout, "Need a lift?" Hesitantly, he or she advances several steps and replies, "How kind of you to stop. But I don't think you want me, like last year." "What? Why not? Where are you headed?" "Not where you are going, dear, like last year. And my advice to you, of this road, stay clear." Another open forum, actually a song lyric, which never went anywhere, titled Cool. "You're cool, man, with that blue beige look. Where'd you get it from, that blue beige look? Strutting down the street, all the ladies you greet, ooh, wanna meet the dude complete with that blue beige look. Won't you tell me where you buy? And don't lie, man, I gotta have that cool look." "What do you mean you don't know?" "Wait, don't go, cool man. Tell me, I'm begging, where'd you get that blue beige look? Another open forum called Under the Willow. Sue Ellen is gone under the willow, looking after my mama, Miss Rose, never far from her baby in life, and now in death, I suppose. An ancient picture shows them together. Sue Ellen, barely 13, holding pretty baby Rose, standing under the willow in two big clothes. Always shyly smiling, hushing us in later years. We were told not to disturb Miss Rose, who had shut out the worrying world and us. Sue Ellen had 2 of Mama's babies in her care, besides Mama, who became the 3rd and whom she loved the best. Your Mama's different, she would say to us. She feels and thinks too much. Let her be. And we did. Sue Ellen found Miss Rose one day, wax doll-like. She had left this world, helped by Dr. Will's potent pills. We grieved. Sue Ellen grieved more. Tending Mama's grave till too old, she rests under the willow with Miss Rose, never far from her baby in life, and now in death, I suppose. And another open forum entitled Storytellers. Ancient ghosts of storytellers float and ride the ages. There may be twists and some turns new to another generation. Worldwide recited, their stories survive, now known in newer versions, though plots unchanged, still happily entertain.
Time for
One more? Ramona Ray's Place. In Ramona Ray's Place, halls are silent and sedate, everything in its designated space with few breaks and colors subdued. Mirrors reflect her fright and desire for another life she never knew. She in the house got older as her few friends grew colder, watching life through silken curtains, waiting for the love she needs, left her bitter and bleak. She in the house further retreat. The house became empty of life one day, a shrine perhaps. That is Ramona's way, to leave others to decide if halls remain silent and sedate, things to stay in their designated place, shades low with empty mirrors that's once reflected, and the pine for other life. Now she will know.
Thank you.